Have you ever been added to one of those WhatsApp or Telegram crypto trading groups promising you daily expert advice about how you can trade in crypto futures and increase your portfolio? Now, many of us block these knowing that these are scams, but unfortunately, a big chunk of people do fall for these. They lose all their money, and most of the time, these people are vulnerable, out of a job, and just trying to create a side hustle. Today, I'm going to unpack those scams for you, how they operate from the group all the way to a back-end fake trading system, and how I confronted some of them of the legitimacy of their business. But before I unpack all of this for you, I would love to invite you to join our beta release for OpenBuild.ai. We have created a multi-channel AI chatbot that can connect to your website and your social media channels to answer customer inquiries 24/7 in 60 plus languages and also generate leads on your behalf. It's OpenBuild.ai, and you can get your own account for free today so you can give us your feedback. Normally, the journey begins by you getting added to a random group. Most of the time it has crypto in it with a community and there's a number at the end. The reason they use numbers is because several times some of these groups get reported and blocked, but also because they use different group numbers to send you to get support on signing up to their portal or to ask some money or even pretending that these are premium groups only for advanced members. Either way, the person who begins the conversation is who claimed to be the assistant. The name that you see here and the picture, these are not real people. And even though the name itself might be real, it's not actually who they claim they are. I've done my homework. I did lookup search not only on the photo, but also on the name, and they are not who they claim they are. They open with promises to give you daily advice on crypto and how you're going to make some very high return. Why they're better than others? Because they're using AI in predicting futures. And there's a main person called Mr. or Professor, whatever they refer to them. And that person is going to be giving you the advice. Now, after they've done their main intro to try to establish credibility, they eventually have the professor start to speak. Most of the time, in every single group, they do use a name of a person who is an actual trader or somebody who works at an investment fund. Even though the person is real, if you reach out to those people like I did, none of them actually work or know exactly what I'm talking about. So the names and the images might look or might be real, but the person here is impersonating those particular individuals. Beside the professor and the professor's assistant, there are usually also other implants in the group posing as real members or traders who are following the professor's advice and always bragging about how much returns they're making, just to make the group more interactive and to trick those few people like myself who are added to this group that I should follow their advice. Now, the photos and the names that you see here are not real. Most of these photos taken from closed dating apps. And the reason being is they don't want you to do reverse search to find who these people are. I did get around this and I did reach out to somebody who was posing as an innocent member trying to figure this out and ended up with somebody in India who were not who they claim they are. I'll talk about this in just a bit. From there on, you'll start receiving daily investment advice in futures that look like this by the professor. And then a lot of the implants in the group, they start responding, confirming they've traded, and also pretending that they made tons of returns on those investments. You will also find people here like Gonzalez who pretend they are newbies, they are not sure what they're doing, and how they should trust that exchange that they are using. Again, all fake profiles asking questions just so they could channel the curiosity of those who are observing the conversation. In this particular case, it got a little bit more interesting than usual because this fake crypto portal is actually listed on FinCEN.gov. FinCEN.gov is a place where if you are to trade or facilitate trading of money, they call it money transmitter license, you have to get certified in every single state. So you have to pay the fees in every single state. And then you can just fill out a simple form on FinCEN and get listed there. So the fact that you have a certification on FinCEN does not mean anything because FinCEN does not vet every single submission. So here they use this fake registration status to actually tell people that they could trade money. They said that they are authorized to be a money transmitter in all the states, but they were not listed anywhere as, or they did not register as a cryptocurrency trader, but primarily for cashing checks, doing money orders, and also traveler's checks. So this whole thing is fabricated, and even though it is listed on a reputable government website, that government entity does not do any homework, and also they can list anybody who simply fill out a form and have some presence. Why go through all this trouble and post all this stuff and post all those licenses? Because ultimately they want to get you to sign up to their online trading portal. The moment that you ask in a group, how can I start trading those crypto futures? And most of the time, the signals they are using are for tokens or some sort of a trade that you cannot do on popular exchanges like Coinbase or KuCoin or others. And they tell you these are exclusive to their own platform or the platform that they are using. In this case, you'll immediately get an invite, as you see here, crypto GVA, with the registration code that you need to sign up to. The person here, which is the supposed professor's assistant, start explaining to you how much money you can make and how it works, and you can only sign up using her verification code. I've actually claimed the demo account, and you can see how poorly the website is put together, including what they claim as a mobile app. You can see right here this staging page making it seem like it's a legitimate download for your iPhone and Android. Of course, do not download any of this stuff, and I'm using a Tor browser to hide my identity. Now, everything else here is just junk. They are using some real life feeds on these different cryptocurrency. I did a little bit of digging into the code, and I did scan their website for any issues or vulnerability. And what I discovered is that they are using some outdated back-end open source on GitHub, which you can see right here. This is the template that they started from, also paired with some available libraries like TradingViews in order for them to pull up those live quotes on the value of the Bitcoin today. The rest of the code has immense vulnerability, and honestly, I don't know how they could claim to be a crypto portal that's going to take your money and you're going to invest thousands and thousands of dollars knowing how much vulnerability there is. I've also discovered that there are several places where these online crypto thieves, as we call them, can purchase white label exchanges like HolaX and white label it as their own, control the pricing, control the wallets on the back end, and pretend that they are reputable actual trading platforms. So the fact that you are in a place where there's wallet you can deposit money out of and numbers look great, it's most likely controlled by somebody on the back end who will take all your money once you make the deposits. The ultimate reason why they're doing all this is they want you to invest and transfer some of your Bitcoin or money into what they claim is a third-party exchange where you can execute their predictions from the WhatsApp group. Now, of course, once you've done so and you've transferred any kind of funds here and you thought that you are trading, they will take all your money and you will never be able to take it out. Now, I wanted to understand a little bit why and how these people were able to register a domain, claim they are a legitimate business, and even go on the FinCEN website. So I went to the beginning and I looked at the domain name. Now here you will see it was registered in 2021. So even though it has a lot of years, it doesn't validate that the company is legitimate. Primarily because some of these domains lapse and there are marketplaces where you can purchase domains that have few months of a lifetime left, and you can just use them for a few months and then burn them when you're done with your scam. You can see here the lapsed or it was updated on the 11th, meaning it was either renewed or elapsed because usually there's a yearly renewal, right? So it expired here and probably September 2024 expired. Somebody bought it just for the purpose of the scam on the 11th, and they renewed the domain at that point. It's hosted behind Cloudflare, and a little bit of my scanning for all the different files and places, everything pointed to Alibaba Cloud and servers hosted somewhere around China. So with that being said, everything is pointing east, and I've even find out where these people are operating from, and I'll get to that in a minute. What bothered me the most is how they were able to get their way into the FinCEN network, which is a US regulated entity for financial crimes, and use that as a credible reason why people should invest in them. I tried to follow the trail. The company is called Crypto GVA Capital Foundation, and they are registered in Colorado, which is a legitimate entity. I did look up their business on the Colorado state website, and what I found out is they were registered as a non-for-profit. And by the way, Colorado have the cheapest and the least requirements for registering a non-for-profit in their state. Basically, anybody can do it. You pay $50, you register under someone's name, and in this case, the person registered on the business is called Marcus Warren. Now, I did follow the trail even further for who Marcus Warren is. That person turned out to be linked to another crypto scam in early 2024 called exclusivert.com, who got a whole bunch of investors to put their money in a fake trading platform just like this one to ultimately steal all their money. They call these big butchering schemes because what they do is they show you small returns, they fatten you up just like they do with pigs before they butcher them for sale. And unfortunately, the name is pretty ugly, but it is the truth of how these frauds are being done. Coming back to our entity here, it was registered in Colorado as a non-for-profit under what 90% is, because there could be many Marcus Warren, right? But what are the odds of this? Registered here to be doing trading. They also claim that they are certified to be money transmitters, which is the way you get yourself into FinCEN is when you certify yourself to allow trading money in different states. And every state has its own forms, processes, and requirements, usually varying from $500 to hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to trade in these states. So they claim that they are actually registered in all of the United States. That means they definitely spend close to $1 million in legal fees, if not more, just to be able to trade. But here it doesn't say anything about cryptocurrency or online trading, and also what kind of non-for-profit does cryptocurrency trading. Nothing is adding up. Worth mentioning that I did submit a ticket to FinCEN to complain about what's going on, and their answer was really shocking. They claim that they do not vet any of these companies, and pretty much anybody can go in, fill out a form, pretend that they are registered in all these states, and they will list them on their website. So they did not agree to remove GVA Capital Foundation from the FinCEN site, even though I have shared some information that they are stealing money from innocent people. After establishing that the business is completely fake, registered under a scammer's name in the state of Colorado as a non-for-profit, using fake FinCEN certification to claim that they are actually credible, and also scanning their entire website, I wanted to confront some of the members in the group. I actually went ahead and started dialing every single person that was inside the members list, as you can see on the left, and none of them responded to me. I even did some reverse search on some of the images, and while most of them, like I mentioned before, are taken from private dating sites, so you cannot do reverse image search, I ended up finding a few of them. None of them responded on my Facebook invites until somebody responded back on WhatsApp. The person who responded is the fake Gonzalez Bennett. Somebody's impersonating not only their image and their name, but also their entire personality, claiming they are from the same state where this person lives. And they started communicating. They did not want to actually engage in a direct phone call, but at some given point, they made a mistake and they sent me an audio, which I'm pretty sure was meant to be sent to somebody else. And they go something like this.
I which is better. I just called you, but you didn't pick up the call. You're looking at the things when you are not very familiar with any field. I just suggest you start with a small capital to avoid losing your capital. You're understanding me?
I'm not sure about you, but that does not sound like a Mel Gonzalez who lives in Washington. Another person who claimed that they live in Connecticut agreed to have a quick call with me after I insisted and called them several times, claiming that I have hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest and I simply wanted confirmation from other group members before I make that final move. So this is how the conversation sort of went. Your husband is a lawyer, and you do online trading on crypto. I bet you make more money than he does. All right, so I won't bore you with a lot of the audio. Most of the conversation went around she makes a lot of money. And as you can tell from the accent and the voice, this person is somewhere from either India or close to Thailand. After confronting that particular member about how this group operates, and then she is most likely on it, I immediately got banned and removed from this group, as you can see right here. This is it. Cryptocurrency, WhatsApp, and Telegram groups that sends you advice on how to invest and ultimately try to get you to put your money in a third-party platform is most likely a scam. There's no reputable investor of any sort that will reach out to you via WhatsApp or any messaging group and is going to ask you for money. Usually these people have their own very strict methods. They have legitimate websites. You can actually meet them in person and talk to them. And also they have the proper registrations, not only on FinCEN, but on individual states or countries where they're allowed to trade with your money. Please be careful. Cryptocurrency scams are on the rise. More and more money every year are being stolen from innocent citizens. Most of the time, those citizens are vulnerable and they really need to make an extra buck to cover their ends meet. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, if any of your relatives are wondering how these cryptocurrency groups work, please share, like, or subscribe to spread the awareness.